allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dolly, can you do roll call, please?
Supervisor Flaherty.
Here.
Councilman Abbott.
Here.
Councilwoman Cataldi.
Present.
Councilman Cahill.
Here.
Councilwoman Wynn.
Here.
All right, we have a good amount of people in the room tonight, so I don't know if anybody is here to take advantage of our... Oh, wow. You know what?
He heard that there were
I
paving
don't know if
questions
the
earlier.
cameras did not pan out, but the esteemed Joe Herbst has entered the room.
You feel the building shake?
Highway superintendent for how many years, Joe?
Well, superintendent for 13, with the town for 32.
All right. Yeah. Okay, he threw us off, but I'm gonna say, so we're at the point of the meeting where does anybody want to get up in a maximum of 5 minutes on the podium for anything you want to say? Would you like to? I would. Hey, go ahead there. Is it about Joe Herbst?
Hi, I'm Joanne Nania, Webster resident, Valley View Parkway. I just wanted to ask the board if it is possible to consider at some point improvements to the bike path. I don't know if this has come up before, but if you ride bikes and you try and go on the bike path, there's been, over time, roots have seized and heaved much of the pavements, and it's just not very comfortable. It's okay to walk, of course, if you have your pets, things like that, but the bike path itself is not in great shape, and I would just ask if there's ever a time that could be included in town improvements. That would be much appreciated by all the bicyclists in town. Thank you.
Thanks, Joanne.
Thank you.
And just for our edification, I think, are we talking about the one that's parallel to 104?
Right.
That's not ours, though, is it?
Well, that's, unfortunately,
Some of it is, isn't it?
Pat Stevens, our current highway superintendent, is not here tonight to comment on whether that's, but Joe?
It's owned by the state.
It's owned by the
Yes,
state.
it's
I
owned by the
thought it was.
Maintained by the state.
That's what I
Yeah, it's
thought.
not a town. Yeah, we don't own it.
It's under New York State jurisdiction, but the town has legal responsibilities for certain sections. They have to look at the DOT guidelines, and from where it starts, the Salt Road, all the way through, there's segments the town is responsible for drainage, areas we're responsible for the bike path. It's a smorgasbord.
Gotcha. Now,
And would have it.
you can tell that Mr. Herbst has been retired for a year and a half because I think he forgot that, the people in the room heard what he said, but the people watching at home didn't. So he was just saying how wonderful we all are, and I want to thank you for that, Joe. Yeah, and I will tell you this, Joanne. My education in the couple years I've been supervisor is, you go to the roads in town. We have town roads, county roads, and state roads. Did you know that State Road is a county road? And County Line Road is a state road. Can't make that stuff up. And it's tough because we get calls about things on roads, road maintenance and whatever, which, it's out of our jurisdiction, and I hate passing the buck. But if the county and state, it's the way it is on some of that stuff. So, anyway, but thank you. I will say this, we do, and Pat certainly is working with Monroe County Department of Transportation, New York State Department of Transportation, letting them know about routes and paths in the 35 square miles of Webster that are not the town of Webster's responsibility to maintain, but we're letting them know these need some help. So, anybody else want to take a shot at that podium? All right. Well, then we have one set of board minutes, and I've reviewed them. They're from the last full board meeting. And I make a motion to approve the June 16th, 2022 board meeting minutes.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty.
Aye?
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn?
Aye.
I think I ran into the person walking out of finance, but I can't remember which board member did the bills this past week.
Me.
It was you, Jenny. I did run into you, didn't I?
Yeah, July.
Yeah.
July.
Sorry about that. So,
Well, I have reviewed the bills, and they seem to be in good order, so I make a motion to pay them.
Second.
Councilwoman Wynn?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Supervisor Flaherty?
aye. And I have reviewed the prepaid warrants as submitted by our esteemed Director of Finance, Paul Adams, and I make a motion we approve those.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye?
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn?
Aye.
The next one, I know that the board was given a copy of this. It's I think, around 100 pages long. The Webster Central School District Safety Plan. And I know that Chief Dennis Kohlmeyer couldn't make it tonight, but I leaned on him, at least from my perspective. You know, Chief read it. I said, is there anything that we should be concerned about here? He said, no, it's, pretty boilerplate. So unless the board has any questions on it, I am going to make a motion to adopt the Webster Central School District district-wide school safety plan approved by the Webster Board of Education on June 7th, 2022.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye?
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn?
Aye.
All righty. Ooh, I'm not going to touch this one with a 10-foot pole. Deputy Supervisor Cataldi, I have been taught not to authorize myself.
No, you're right. I move that we authorize the supervisor to sign the grant disbursement agreement for the awarded New York State Department of State Local Waterfront Revitalization Program grant in the amount of $2,282,859 with an agreed 25% local match by the town to be used toward the Sandbar Park Waterfront Revitalization Project.
Second.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn?
Aye.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye. And just, hey, I like numbers, as people who watch know. The Sandbar Park project, I was down there today for the monthly meeting with the contractor and the construction management firm, and Pat Stevens, our highway superintendent, was there. Just to get an update on the progress of things, and things are moving along very well down there. It certainly seems that by the time the access bridge is put back in at the end of October, that, knock on wood, we're on schedule for the work that was planned this year. But the grant that we just did, that we just approved, that almost $3 million, along with Paul, it has to be about $2.8 million in ready grants. We have an aggregate of $5 million in grants on this project for what right now has been bonded by the town board of, I think, $9.5 million. So we're over 50% right now on grants, which obviously every dollar of grant is $1 less that we have to indebt the town and the taxpayers of the town. So I think that's good news. So a little add-on to that. Now, with that being said, the next one, I got to tell you, for anybody who's been watching this, and I think some of the people in the room tonight have been watching very closely on this one, I think the process for how the town board and other people within the town government handled the ARPA money that the town got as far as what we apportioned to outside the government services, 501c3s in town and all that. It's certainly something that I'm very proud of the way we handled it. It had all the earmarkings of being something that would be emotional and, you know, who speaks loudest might get the most money. And we really wanted to take that out of it, merit-based. And Paul, I know you did a really yeoman job leading the charge on coming up with some tangible metrics on this.
Yes.
I also give Bill Abbott and Ginny Nguyen, along with Paul, they were the subcommittee that went through all these applications, you know, so that was very much appreciated. And even once you gave your suggestions to the board, I think a combination of Councilman Cahill lobbying on a certain part, along with Patty Cataldi, really coming up with something that it was so simple but so genius to portion out the additional monies to all the award recipients, but in a fair and equitable manner based on the way the metrics laid out. It's very wordy, I apologize, but it's been a very solid process over the last couple months to get to tonight. So without further ado, tonight we are going to, unless the town board members have any questions or comments on what is set for the distribution of the $350,000 of ARPA money to these 14 different organizations, I'm going to read them all. Ginny, any questions, comments?
No.
John?
No.
Bill?
Nope.
Patty?
No.
Okay. I'm going to make a motion to approve the grant awards totaling $350,000 in conjunction with the Town of Webster's American Rescue Plan Act grant program to be distributed as follows. $12,214 to Blessed Hope Community Church, $17,367 to Challenger Miracle Field of Greater Rochester, $6,138 to CL Ministries, $12,138 to Friends of Webster Trails, $6,909 to Emmanuel Lutheran Church, $10,367 to Knights of Columbus, $204,734 to Northeast Quadrant Advanced Life Support, $3,943 to Webster Association of Senior Programs Supporters, $22,062 to Webster Comfort Care Home, Inc., $12,138 to Webster Community Chest, $9,180 to Webster Hope, Inc., $17,062 to the Webster Museum and Historical Society, $8,798 to the Webster Soccer Association, and $6,950 to Webster Union Cemetery. That is my motion.
Second.
Sorry, who was the second?
Either one. Either one of us, it's fine.
Want to arm wrestle for it?
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn?
Aye.
Patty, would you mind handling the next one?
Not at all. I move that we authorize the town supervisor to sign the grant agreements in conjunction with the Town of Webster's American Rescue Plan Act grant program.
Second.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye. All right, and Bill, I promise you, I'm not trying to drag this out. But one thing I will say about this process and at the end was, after a couple of weeks ago, I reached out to the other 18 town supervisors, and I said, are any of you using your ARPA funds for outside of town government uses? And I explained what we were doing. And boy, did I get a gamut of answers. Some were like, I would never even consider doing something like that. We're using it all for, in-town government stuff. Some were considering doing it, but they had not decided on it yet, and actually were keeping a watchful eye on what the town of Webster is doing. So I felt kind of good about that we somewhat were the leader on this, for better or for worse, so.
Well, I think this board is to be commended for utilizing some of this ARPA money for local 501c3s. And I'm very proud of the decision that we all came to. And I also thank, once again, the input and the diligence and the hard work that was done by the subcommittee. And Councilwoman Cataldi's suggestion with respect to the additional $31,000 to be distributed per the metrics that was put forth. Thank you for that, Patty. Appreciate it.
No, don't sell yourself short, John, because you were the one that pushed on that 31,000. Patty just kind of molded it a different way, but you were the push, so.
Well, again, I think we did the right thing.
Yep. At the June 23rd workshop, I kind of hand-wrung about this one, that we shouldn't maybe do the resolution for what is, Charlie, I'll let you explain it, somewhat, I don't want to say housekeeping at this point. We tabled it back on June 23rd, just to make sure we
Right,
did it at
well,
regular.
we had discussed it, though, and I had
Yeah.
presented a memorandum, fairly detailed memorandum to the town board regarding litigation and settling this, and this is one of many we've done over the years to resolve a series of years of tax certiorari litigation, basically challenging assessments.
Yep.
So,
Yep, so, I think we had everything we needed back on the 23rd, but because it was introduced, a few hours before the workshop, it was, we took a little bit more precaution on this one, waited until tonight, and we're gonna do the formal tie-up of this. Any questions, comments by the board members on this one?
by the way, just for the board's information and yours, Supervisor, the Webster Central School District approved their portion of the settlement at their meeting on Tuesday night.
Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Oh, good, okay. All righty. So I make a motion of the Webster Town Board to agree to the proposed assessment reductions and estimated tax refunds resulting from the settlement of real property tax law, Article 7, assessment litigation between Target, number 2038 versus the town of Webster et al.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye?
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn?
Aye.
And just, I think we should, and I know it'll go into the final resolution, the dollar amounts that this is gonna affect the town by as far as real dollar refunds of the affected years. I just want to make sure I'm reading this correctly, Charlie. I think the aggregate is $18,997.86, which is over the 2-year tax period of tax roll 2020 and tax roll year 2021.
That's correct. That's without interest, without penalties. That's correct.
So, boy, do you happen to know how much the school on Tuesday night?
Well, roughly
agreed to?
5 times that.
Yeah, so they're upwards of 90,000 on that. Well, there you go. All righty. Well, Art or Rick, no one from the sewer department is here tonight. I don't know, Charlie, if this is best for you to explain, or Mary, or Paul, or number 7.
This is pretty much of a standard approval. Actually, I think we had a public hearing
Yes.
back in January on this, and we just didn't pass a resolution.
Yeah.
So back in December, the board had information presented to it by the sewer department, and the town board set on December 16th, the town board set a public hearing for January 6th of this year. Public hearing was held. There was no objection. I don't believe anybody spoke. In this case, unlike some of the sewer district extensions, this is sanitary sewer, to explain. This is really, there's only one owner. The
Yep.
owner is the developer. So basically, the developer is paying for this, and it's not costing the town any money.
And Charlie, in a lot of ways, I think maybe the delay from public hearing to now might lie in the items 8 and 9, which we'll discuss in a minute, because I think that might have piggybacked on to this. Is that?
No, I can't say what the reason for the delay was, and I don't know that it's impacted anything either, to be honest with you. It isn't like, the other two that we have, Linda Lane and Woodard Road, there's individuals who are living in certain houses. In this
Yeah.
case, this is a project under development. So there's nobody, or at least there was nobody living there at the time. I don't know if there is now. So, no, nobody's really harmed by the delay in this matter. So,
Say that Siena Reserve only has preliminary approval from the planning board, and they are finalizing their design to get to present final design, so they don't have their final approval
once they
yet.
receive final, if the town board grants the extension, then the extension will be put into place.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, any questions by the board? Or? Okay. Then I make a motion to approve an addition and modification of the townwide sanitary sewer district specifically to the Siena Reserve Extension.
Second?
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye?
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn?
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Now, item 8 and 9 tonight, I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to table, and Charlie, if you wouldn't mind just explaining a little
I
bit
requested
why.
the tabling. This is something unusual for us. This is the approval, or I'm sorry, the town board did approve the Linda Lane and Woodard Road sewer extensions in May. Because of the amount of money exceeding that, which is, I don't know, I don't want to speak to the
706, yeah, that number.
Anyway, it exceeds what the controller's rules are, so we have to ask the controller to give us permission to go ahead with those two. And there is a fairly large application form of about 80 pages. It's not 100% complete. It's mostly complete, but not 100%. So I asked the board to put this off till either the workshop next week when we have the report before us. I'd like to look at the report as well.
And Paul, is it an antiquated number of $706 per house?
From what I understand, they do adjust it for inflation.
Really?
Yeah.
Although I don't think it has been adjusted for,
No, not really.
Not for this
Several years.
inflation.
No, not really adjusted, not.
It just doesn't seem possible that for $700 you could tie in to the sewer system.
well, and I think it's important to add that all the residents are in agreement.
Totally.
They know they're paying more, but they're okay with it. They
Yes.
just want sewers.
Absolutely.
Right.
Okay. Well then, any other questions or comments on that one? So I guess I make a motion to table to approve the submission of the Part 85 application for permission of State Controller for sanitary sewer extension for the Linda Lane Sanitary Sewer Project.
Second?
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye?
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn?
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
And I make a motion to table to approve the submission of Part 85 application for permission of State Comptroller for sanitary sewer extension for the Woodard Road Sanitary Sewer Project.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye?
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Wynn?
Aye.
Well, that concludes the formal part of our meeting tonight. We will see you for a couple minutes. Anybody calls in. Can't remember the last time somebody did. And we'll just go around the room and see if Any comments out of Mary Harrington, our town engineer? Anything to say?
I just want to say that I'm really impressed with our 3 interns that we have this summer. They've been doing a lot of work on stormwater-related topics. They've all been trained to do SWIP inspections around town, so they've been helping out with that. They've been going down to Sandbar Park for construction meetings. They've been doing a lot of inventorying and spreadsheets for us, so I'm excited for them to present to the board in August and kind of lay out everything that they've done this summer, so.
Yeah. It's funny, today when I met down at Sandbar Park, you know, the engineers and the contractors, where's Caleb and Paul and Jacob? And, you know, so they've made a big impression, those guys.
Yeah, they've been really good this summer, and it's nice that 2 of them are Webster grads, so it's fun to have them in town and seeing how things work.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, I popped in and said hello today.
Sounds like
They
it's
have
been
very good senses of humor, by the way.
Yeah, they're funny guys.
Yeah, they are.
But it sounds like it's been a great experience for them as well.
Yeah, both of us. We've gained a lot from them, and they've had a lot of great experiences this summer so far, and more to come. I'm sad that it's almost halfway over already, but yeah, they've been great.
Good.
Oh, I can only imagine what Paul Adams is going to say.
Well, Tom, now that the ARPA grants are all approved, we're actually going to be mailing out a grant agreement. We'll send it out in the U.S. mail tomorrow. It does provide the town with the right to audit the records of the grant recipients, so we'll keep that in our back pocket. So they'll be sent out tomorrow to the 14 recipients, and if for some reason they don't receive it in the next few days, let me know.
Great. Anything going on in that 2023 budget process?
Well, 23 budget,
Yeah. Yeah.
23. Yeah, that's well underway.
Yes, it is.
We're getting ready to, we have 2 more initial meetings with the departments, and then we'll decide who we need to meet with for round 2
Yeah.
to massage the numbers.
Yeah. Think about that. I mean, it's July 7th, and we are knee-deep, waist-deep in the 2023 budget process, which is 6 months away.
Yep.
That's the way it is. Jenny?
Well, congratulations to all the recipients, and please come out and support your locals, like the museum and the public library, and also to thank you again for everybody that watching and come here today, and please watch us for the parade, fireman parade.
John?
So I just want to give a shout out, thank you to the members of the Webster Police Department that have donated their time to Webster Comfort Care to work on their flower beds. I was unaware of that. But apparently that's something they do on an annual basis, and if you've ever had an opportunity to visit Webster Comfort Care and looked at their flower beds, they're pretty extensive. And thank you very much. I don't know specifically the names of the officers that donated their time, but it's greatly, greatly appreciated. So thank you so much.
Bill?
Oh, it's all quiet.
Is it?
Yeah, we're starting our oil and stone process, and I'm sure the phone will start ringing once that gets going down, but we sent out letters to the residents, so hopefully that'll deter some of it.
Yeah. No, they're getting them. Patty?
Oh, we all attended the ribbon cutting for the Wilmot Cancer Center Institute of Webster today over on Hard Road. I was talking with Dr. Freeberg, and I said that that was probably the most asked about project in my memory in Webster, because everyone wanted to know what was going up in that building. So it is a really beautiful state-of-the-art oncology center, which will bring comprehensive, much-needed services to our side of town. It's a nice event.
I thought, to me, the best part was that you could tell that the U of R and Strong Hospital brass, they really wanted to be in Webster.
Yes.
You know, so I think that says a lot about our community that, you know, they want to be here. So, Charlie?
A lot going on as usual, and I'll just say attorney-client privilege.
That's that's a good way to put it. And you know, I always, Dolly, you have to be the last one, right?
Yeah, our office, or the town clerk's office is gearing up towards the next tax collection, school taxes on September 1st.
Yeah, that's great.
For the school district.
Did you get?
For the school district.
Yes,
For the school district.
yes.
Yes.
Did you see Joe Herbst run out of here?
Yeah.
What the? Okay, well,
He probably thought you were going to talk his ear off after the meeting, so.
John, you ever notice when I do the roundtable, it doesn't end with me saying anything? I just say, well, that's great, Dolly, thank you. And, well, unless anybody has anything else, tonight's meeting is officially closed.